Hello and welcome to another video in our R series. We are going to pick up from where we stopped in the last time. This is our series called R Simplified, and this is your presenter here, Toyo. So, in today's video, we are just going to continue from the question we stopped the last time. Last time we had a little bit take home I gave to you, and in the last video, if you watch it to the end, we had this question that say why not develop a logic that will be able to take um, few ages and let us know which of the ages are even or odd, just to get familiar with our arithmetic, because we're talking about mathematics in R. We just want to finish the mathematics today, so let's get to it. I want to check age. First thing, I need to be able to store the ages, collect the ages somewhere. So let's say I want to collect a vector or atomic of ages. I'll just call them ages, and I'll do this. It should be an atomic because age should be an integer whole numbers. And let's say we have somebody that is 10 years old, we have a 13 years old, a 15 years old, a 52 years old, a 53 years old, and somebody 100 years old. So we have all of these collection of ages, because at the end of the day, collections atomics return back to become frames before you even begin your analysis. By the time we get there, you're going to know it, so it's better for you to know from the grassroots now. So I have the object here. It's a number containing six, range of six numbers containing ages. That's what we have here. So the next thing we want to do is, how can we check? Whenever you want to check out what's going on within a range or some sequence structure, your best guy is always the for loop. So for in our objects, I'll have a variable age in our ages object up there. That's what we want to do. We want to see something. The for loop will loop through it. By the time we get to for loop, we are going to talk about it. You're just quickly doing our assignment. So um, we can cross check it with yours if you got it or not. If not, don't worry. This is the first time. There's always a first time for everything. There are no wrong answers in my sessions. So for age in ages, that means for every value or element you see here, please store them in this one by one using an iteration. That's what we did. So for age and ages, we now want to check with our control structure right now. If the age that we saw, do you remember this guy from yesterday? The modulus. If the age that we saw, modulus 2, returns a 0, what do we want to do? You quickly want to print. So we have covered all of this from the basics, and we want to print a paste version because we want to concatenate all of these things together. We want to print a paste version that says the variable age, and let's say maybe is even, a little bit of hash dash here so it's clear. So age is even. If that is not the case, we want to do something that says print same way as above. We want to paste this and say age, like we have up there, is odd. So if you see any even age, let us know. If it is odd, let us know so that we can just do the even and odd, and you get the full flow of control structures. So let me run this entire for loop here. So yeah, you can see what we have. It's returning this way, and 10 is even, 13 is odd, 15 is odd, 52 is even, 53 in that aspect. So this is basically what a for loop is, and we have checked. So um, if you find it difficult to do the last time, now you have it in your screen. So just take your time, pause, grab a bottle of water, try to understand the code from inside out, and let's get on to it. So let's move to the next thing. The next thing we want to check today is a more of a membership kind of operator. This operator helps us to check if something is available somewhere. And whenever you are checking, there is this thing about booleans. They help you to check. So that is there or it's not there. So let's have an example from this our age that we have. We want to check out of this age, do you have anybody that is a particular age? So let's just say print, um, quickly print. We want to check, do we have 23 According to the syntax, it said is a dollar sign in and a dollar sign in and a dollar sign. So another thing is you don't have to cram syntax. You don't have to try to hold all this in your head. Just use them. If you're confused, check out the documentation. You will definitely see something. It will tell you something about it. So is 23 in ages? That's a question. So it's either a yes or a no. Let's see what it gives us. You can see 23 in ages, he said, no, we don't have any age 23, which is absolutely correct. So, just for clarification's sake, let's move 23 to something that is available. Is 53 in ages? You can see it said true. So, if you want to quickly check a sequence structure, or you want to check if something exists somewhere, you can always use the in operator here. So the next thing we want to see in maths before we close up the maths aspect and move into string method and operation is some functionalities like the minimum, the maximum, square root, absolute, and all of these things. So R is so good that it's built for mathematical, like we said, and statistical stuff. So it has functionalities just like Microsoft Excel. It has functionalities to do all of these things. So let's quickly print out we want to print out the minimum in our age and see what it gives us. You see, it said the minimum age we have is 10, which is correct. The minimum age is 10. Same way, if you do the max, you get the maximum. If you do a square root, you get a square root. Let's do a square root. Print out the square root of 16. So, and they said the square root of 16 is what? 4. As easy as that. You can see how cool it is. Absolute values return absolute positive values. And these two guys are quite interesting. Ceiling and floor. Ceiling reduces your decimal or rounds up to the highest value in your decimal, while floor rounds up to the lowest. Let's take a look at what it does. Assuming we have a given number and your given number is 1.789000 for example, and fine, we just want to do a ceiling, a CEILING, ceiling of given number. A ceiling of given number should give us a rounded up of the number. So it says given number is not found. Okay, we didn't add this to object. Please don't always remember this, that whenever you create something, you should run it unless you want to use a control shift and enter to run the entire script. So we have this, you can see it rounded up 1.78900 to the nearest whole number, which is 2. That's what a ceiling does. So what does the floor do? Print floor, and again giving number, floor given number returned 1, so it rounded it up to the lowest possible integer it can see. So these are just some of the functions that are there prebuilt with for mathematics in R. We have so many of them. So again, don't try to cram anything, just try to understand and flow with it. So this is all we have for this video today. We have successfully completed the maths in R. We checked operators, we did a couple of operations, do some interesting stuff, and here we are in this part. If you're able to follow this video to this point, I need you to pause, take a chilled water, clap for yourself, be happy because you have already covered some core and important concept, and this is a huge milestone in your journey to learning R. So in the next video, we're going to continue with string operations and cover it. Like we said, this series is going to cover everything you need to know about R as a beginner. And if you follow this series to the end, at the end of the entire series, you become an intermediate, if not even an advanced person that understands R, and you can use your skill in different fields of data science and statistics. So see you in the next video. Bye for now.